Oh wow. Great way to start your stream. All right, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Forestry Friday. It's definitely been quite some time since I've done a proper Forestry Friday. Um, just been very busy and kind of burnt out on playing Farm Sim, and then finally got back into things. And yeah, so here we are. I need to get signed in to something here. Hold on. Of course. Give me 1 second here. I gotta get signed into my YouTube so I can monitor the stream. Oh crap! What's my password? Do 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 do. Is it this one? No. You gotta be kidding me. Great way to start a stream. I guess I don't need to be logged in, but yeah, I do. So that way I can see what you guys are saying or what you're doing or what you're not doing or saying or whatever. Um, Gosh, I just had to do this. I swear it's like almost a weekly thing for me. I always forget my passwords. And then I end up resetting them, and then I don't remember what I set them as. It's like a never-ending cycle. Give me like 1 second here. Cancel that. Okay. We're gonna do it this way. Next. Maybe that's the password? No. Change that one 2 weeks ago. Gosh. Yeah, bear with me here, guys. I do apologize for this. Try another way. But I need to get signed in so that way I can watch the stream. Make sure you guys aren't going unanswered with your questions or concerns. Next. And my computer is being very slow. Like, very slow. Yes, it's me. Update password. Okay, please be patient with me here. Computer's like, what are you doing to me right now? I'm not even like doing anything that's like super hard on resources. I mean, I guess I am running 25 with YouTube open and internet, but or web browser. Okay. Okay, so I'm signed in here. Try again. Okay. Let's do this. Are you serious? Sheesh. Okay. Should be starting any moment here. Let me get this up and going. Okay. All right. We are good to go. I am streaming. I have the stream pulled up on my one monitor. Listen, I've been sitting here for like the last hour trying to get things squared away. I'm still not ready. All right, give me 2 seconds here. I want to share this. How do I share this? Give me 1 second here. Also realized that I misspelled Mountains of Isolation. I added an extra D. Or added a D on the end. Anyways. So yeah, here we are on beautiful Mountains of Isolations, and oh my gosh, stream is awful. I do apologize for that. Why is that so bad? Constant. Hopefully OBS does not crash here. A little gooder. Yeah, I had to turn down the encoding a little bit there. Might try to bump it down just a little bit more so the stream's not lagging for you guys. Let's see, video, which I can't change. Output. Come on. Oh, anyways, it's a little better. So yeah, we're gonna be playing on Mountains of Isolation, and the good news is I fixed the ground from deforming. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Like, what am I doing with myself right now? It's almost like I haven't streamed in forever, and where's that? Where's that? Yeah, it's almost like I haven't streamed in forever, which honestly I haven't. But anyways, so this is Mountains of Isolations. Of course, a lot of you guys know that this is a map from FS19 that got converted to FS22 and then converted over again to FS25, and I am currently in the process of trying to get through and downsize some of the I guess the file size, because it is a pretty beefy file, mostly because of textures that were left over from FS19, and then FS22 I didn't even notice them. So there's quite a few. So I've been working on that, and the one thing that I really wanted to fix, which thankfully I have, was the ground deformation. For some reason, the value for that was like turned way up, and I reached out to Gamer Designs. He's like, "Oh yeah, all you have to do is just change that number from like 0.01 or like 0.04 to 0.01, and that I fixed it." So good to go in that aspect. But the other stuff I'm still currently working on. And if you are a Patreon member, you should have access to this map already. In fact, I already released one version of it, and then the map that I'm playing on right now will kind of be the second version of it. And then once I get the textures figured out and whatnot, then I'll do like a final. And then once I get the final done, then I'll get that released to everybody else, so the public. Oh my gosh, this stream so far. Oh, it started off awful, but anyways. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. And if you do want to come play on the server, so I want to, let me just go and get this out of the way. So currently my 25 dedicated server, FS25 dedicated server, is locked for. Oh, I can't quit yawning. So currently the FS25 dedicated server is only for Patreon members. And the only reason I did that is because server cost and mod development cost do get kind of pricey, and trying to take it out of my own pocket does get a little expensive. So I have done my best to keep the prices low. Right now I currently offer 2 tiers. Timber Scout and Login Legend, both tiers will give you access to the dedicated server as well as some other stuff. I put a link in the description for the Patreon, and also a link for the Discord if you want to come join that. There is a free tier. I really haven't worked out what I want to do with the free tier yet. But yeah, so if you are a Patreon member, and specifically the Login Legend tier, you will get first access to any mod that I release, edit, update, whatever it may be. You guys will get first access to that, like first dibs. You guys will also be able to give some feedback and vote on stuff. I don't know if I mentioned, but both tiers do have access to the dedicated server. The Login Legend can have their own farm and run their own farm, and then the Timber Scout can just help the farms. So if you got, it's like, yeah, it's like $2 a month for the one and $5 a month for the other, plus a little bit of tax, of course. But so yeah. All right. Let's get some logging done here. Alright, so I guess the first thing we need to do is get the road opened up to where I'm thinking about putting the mill. That tree's too thick for that machine. What? That's interesting. Okay. So yeah, first thing I want to do is get a road, get this road opened up, get some nice level land to get a sawmill set up. And I promise that the map does run smooth. It's just on the stream it looks a little choppy. That's something I gotta change. The setting I need to work on, but in fact, if I open up my I'm getting about 50 to about 85 FPS. with my current settings, so. Ooh, don't you flip over now. I almost wonder if I should just process these as I go. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and sell this bad boy. Let's see, sell. And then we're going to go ahead and get something we can process with. We'll just make piles along the way. And we have quite a few different options here. I think we're going to go with FDR stuff. Let's go with the 880. Can never go wrong with the 880. And then we need, we're going to get a fixed head. Maybe not. But I had a fixed head. Wait, what? Maybe I don't. That's very odd. Whatever. I'll make do with this thing. At some point I do need to go into the server and kind of update some of the mods, because it's probably been a good solid month since I've updated mods. And I'm sure there's probably some updates and stuff for it, so. But I will say that, on another completely random note, this map does look really good. So one of the big changes that I did is I redid the foliage, and I repainted the ground, I repainted the mountains, pretty much just updated it a little bit. But I still wanted to have that overgrown type feel, if you know what I mean, but not too crazy, not like it was back on FS19. We need to change this to 6. Yeah, definitely not as overgrown as it was back on FS19. That was pretty awful. That was pretty bad. So, but definitely came a long way since then. And I am super glad that I got the ground deformation thing fixed, because that was like super annoying. Because it was like the whole map, even like the concrete textures or rock textures, like it was all bad. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of deformation, but it was pretty bad. I even kind of played around with it a little bit and made it to where it was like super sensitive, so like you were like sinking in the ground like a foot or so. I was like, yeah, I can't have that. That would be kind of cool though. Like if you did like a swamp map, just a purely swamp map. That'd be pretty cool. Just also realized that you guys can't see my FPS on the NVIDIA overlay, but yeah, I'm getting like 70s right now, which is good, which is really good. Which a lot of it's because I upgraded my graphics card a while ago and the power supply for my computer, and I also got new internet too. Well, not new internet, but a new router modem setup, and it's by far pretty cool. Like it works really well. I really hope it does for what I paid. But anyways, so one thing I do kind of want to note for this map is more than likely I will not add a sawmill, nor will I remove some trees. There might be a couple spots where I might move a couple, but I think when I did a count, there was like 36,000 trees. And the main reason I say I won't do a sawmill and remove the trees is because that's kind of like the feel of the map. Kind of lost, forgotten, you know, that type of thing, which is like the original premise for FS19. I kind of want to stick with that. And, you know, for those of you who don't know, when I made this map back on FS19, I basically wanted to set out and build a logging map that was challenging, that was hilly, that was fun, and I wanted it to be challenging. So I didn't put a sawmill in because, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, I wanted people to go in and, you know, clear out their own land for a sawmill and that type of thing. And also, if I'm being honest, I didn't know how to put a sawmill in at the time, so that was another part of the reason why there is no sawmill. I could definitely add one, but I more than likely will not add a sawmill to the map. So, if you guys are wondering about that. But I will, however, continue to update the map and make any changes that you guys find or that I find. I know I had to mess around with the terrain a little bit, which I was kind of hesitant about because, yeah, when I made it back on FS19, I really didn't care. I did care how it looked, but I didn't really pay attention to like the small details. And when I converted it over to 22, I can't even tell you the number. Like, I can't even fathom the number of trees that were floating. Like, I spent no lie 2 weeks going through every inch of the map looking for trees that are floating. Like, I had nightmares about that. It was one of those things that just really bugged me. I was like, how could I let this slip through the crack? But I know it's a really good map, and I know I'm kind of just talking about the map a lot here, but I don't know really what else to talk about. But plus it's kind of my baby in a way, you know. It's probably one of my better things I've done. I've done a lot of edits of different mods. I've added light bars. I've done tutorials and stuff like that, but this map is by far one of the better things I've done, so I really do enjoy it. And others do too. Like, I hear all the time from people just randomly that they really like my map. And that the one guy said that he cut nearly all the trees on the map, which is just crazy. Especially if he was solo, because like I said, there's like 36,000 some trees. I mean, it's definitely possible. Doing it legit, it's going to take you a long time. If you have like easy dev control where you can just delete trees, or like a mod that just devours the trees, deletes the trees, then yeah, it's another thing. But to actually go through and cut and process and load every single tree, that's just crazy. Round of applause for you, my guy. But I will admit that I have never, honestly, I have not got that far on this map. I think I cut to the area that I've kind of made the main spot for a mill. What do you mean I'm not allowed to cut that tree? Like a little bit past it, but like there's a whole nother section over there that I've never been to. You know what? I think we're gonna go that way. We're gonna cut our way to the back. Obviously, I won't be able to do all of that today because it is a pretty big map. Actually, if you guys want, I'll give you a little quick overview of what the map looks like if you're new to it. Just give me 2 seconds here. And for those tuning in, if you do want to come join this server, come play on the dedicated server and help me cut some trees, it is a Patreon membership access type of server. The link for the Patreon is in the description. Hopefully that link works. Currently there's 2 tiers. There is Timber Scout and Logging Legend. Both of them will give you access to the server. You can find more details on that on the Patreon. There we go. So yeah, we got the shop here. And there's kind of a main road that runs along here. And then there's a big open area. Well, not really open, but there's an area that you could definitely knock out and use as, like, you know, your base. You could put a house here. You could put a sawmill here. I would definitely recommend putting a sawmill because, like I said, there is no sawmill. Then we've got some pretty tall mountains, and my render distance is pretty low, so that's why it looks so ugly that way. But yeah, there's some pretty steep hills. There's some, you know, areas that are kind of flat. I know it all kind of looks the same when you're down on the ground, but there's a lot of cool, interesting areas. But yeah, the last time that I played, I think I cleared to about here. The shop is over there, so didn't really get that far. But I think this time, instead of going here, I am going to cut my way in this way and then maybe try to set up a sawmill back in here, possibly. We'll see how it goes. Pretty good sized map. Oh yeah. I think I also need to go in and rework farmlands because they're a little wonky, in my opinion. So there's that. I didn't know what to do with these. There it is. Like these big chunks. So I just made them in squares. Oops. And then I broke these down into smaller sections. That's a square, that's a square, that's a square, that's a square. Yeah, it's just this corner of the map that's kind of like an oddball ordeal. I don't know. Definitely one of those things on my list that I need to address. So if you're thinking, well, why can't we just chip the trees? Well, technically you could chip the trees right away, and depending on what kind of setup you have, I would definitely recommend that. Kind of keep the lag down a little bit, because you know every tree, every like part of the tree is something the game has to render. So you can absolutely chip it. However, there is no sell point for the chips, but you can definitely find a mod for selling chips. There might even be one in game, honestly. You could even too, you could find like a really small sawmill and just place it down along the way and kind of keep it clean that way if you wanted to. Really, the possibilities are kind of endless on how you go about it. Now, one mod that I know for a fact would be really amazing on this map would be the Tire Cat Yarder that I've been working on for what seems forever. I haven't really worked on it the last week or so. I'm really slacking on a lot of fronts. Like, just been so busy and so tired. Like, yesterday I got home and I think I fell asleep at like, I don't know, 4 p.m. and slept all the way through the night. Like, I was just beat. And then it's like when I do have time, I just don't have the motivation It will get done. Shoot, let me take this one this way. Oh, another thing too I need to fix. There's like a list about this long. I mean, you can't see that, but there's a list like this long of things I need to fix. So I need to fix the sounds. I need to fix the file size. I need to fix. See, I can't even remember everything I had to fix. Oh goodness. I need to fix the farmlands up a little bit, like the boundaries for them. There's some weeds growing in the concrete pillars or barricade, whatever they are back there. I gotta fix. Just a few things. Also too, you could also get like a wood storage mod where you can store the logs in like a placeable building. I don't know if that's came out for 25 yet, but for 22, that's what we did for this map. Is, you know, we cut down the trees, and then if we weren't ready to sell them yet, we just threw them into the wood storage, and it kind of kept everything neat. It's a little unrealistic though, because I think it counted all the logs as like one type. So when you go to pull it out, it was just one type of tree or something like that. I don't know if anybody's converted that over yet. Chat. Why is it on top chat? It should have been on live chat. Alright. And we've got a couple of decent good files back through there. Really just trying to get these out of the way neatly so we can get to our area. So, yeah. Hopefully everybody has had a good week. I know my week's been fairly decent. It's been kind of productive at work. It's been nice, actually. It really has. Basically, it's me and the other operator just doing our thing. You know, he's in one machine, I'm in the other, and like, we're just doing our thing. We had 2 laborers helping us, and yeah, we really got a lot done this week. It was nice just to be able to sit in the machine and do what I need to do, and just able to the ability to have that freedom to kind of just do what I do, what I get paid to do, you know. That was nice. Yeah, we'll do a little in-cab processing here for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have always kind of questioned how I run the machines from outside the cab, and you know, to that question, I don't know, just years of practice, I suppose. I know a lot of people can't do it, but I don't know. Like I said before, the main reason I do run from outside the cab is well, actually 2 main reasons. The first one is for you guys. You guys can actually see a little bit more rather than just looking at this. And also for sound. So inside the cab it's a lot quieter, outside the cab is a little louder, and I kind of have everything spec'd for being outside the cab. Mostly so you guys as a viewer can see more. So it's just, you know, both tied in together. But I can run it either way. It really does not matter to me. I just prefer outside. You know what? I'm gonna skip a couple of these trees, maybe. But I need to get the ones that are kind of in the way, out of the way. So that way, because I'm gonna need another one of these with a grapple, or the same one with grapple. I've got enough money. I could probably, yeah, I could definitely buy another one, and then I'm gonna need like a logging truck to haul the trees. Yeah, so I just need enough room for a vehicle or two, if that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope. Oh, goodness. There we go. Yeah, so we're going to go 1, 2, skip a few, and we're just going to keep on keeping on here. Yeah, we've made a pretty good dent on this road. There's kind of a little bit of a spot to the left there that would make a good area for mill, but I don't think we're going to touch that yet. And I could technically start building a road. Actually, let me look at that real quick. I'm kind of cheating here by flying around. I just forgot to shut it off. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on the way we were. Just gonna skip a few here. Make a mess, Chris. Don't make a mess. Don't need to grab that one. Let's just grab this one here. I'll come back through later and clear some of the trees we missed. Hopefully the stream is looking good. Hopefully the quality of the audio is good. Yeah, before the stream, like 30 minutes before, I was trying to make changes to like the output and try to make it less laggy, and I still feel like it's lagging a little bit. The show must go on. What I might do, and now we're starting to get to some thicker, more densely, whatever the fancy spancy word is for it. Trees are starting to get a lot closer together, a lot more dense. Oh, hey, there's a deer over there. Sorry. I don't know if I've ever seen a deer on an FS25 map yet. I assumed that they were on there, but I never really paid attention. Hello, deer. Hello, deer. Really, I should this off now. Can I pet you, deer? Oh. Okay, weird flex. Wish I could just run up a hillside like that. I see something I gotta fix. There's a random pile of rocks right there. Although the way I've made this map is basically anything can be repainted, it could be re-leveled. So like technically this hill to, like for example this hill to the right, you could go in and level it off if you really wanted to. You could do it with like landscaping tools or one of the terraform mods. There are a couple of rocks that I did place down that I think can be broke. I can't remember. And if you have the hide object mod, you can hide the rocks if you really wanted to. But yeah, I didn't want there to be a bunch of random rocks kind of taking up some of the available land. Yeah, we're just gonna go through. We're just gonna skip ahead because that would have taken too long. Definitely come back to that later. So this is kind of another one of those roads. So at one point I had a lot more roads kind of defined on the map itself. So like there was like a road network, I guess you could say. And then I kind of decided against that because like I wanted it to feel like there were still some roads, but also give whoever was playing an opportunity to make their own roads how they wish. Like I didn't want it to be predefined on where they can go. So it's kind of why some spots there are roads, other spots it just goes to nothing. So it's really up to whoever's playing to determine. I mean, you could build a road in that little valley there, or you can, like I said earlier, you can cut down that hillside, just have a random road in there. Alright. Here we are. What we might do. Somebody get me a chainsaw here. And hand fell these. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put a little mill right off of. There's a road going through here, so yeah, it'd be right off the road. I think this area looks pretty good. About as good as any other spot, really. Just hand fill these, and then I'll grab another machine and kind of bunch them up a little bit. Or I'll use the machine I have. Thomas, what's up, buddy? I'm good. doing all right. Yeah, we'll get this one cut down too. This one. Not really sure how much room I need. Guess I could check here in a minute. That might be a good start. Yeah, I got a couple of smaller ones here I'm going to take out. I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to take my chainsaw and cut my way back to the shop, and then I can just skip those trees to here. I feel like it'd just be a lot quicker, kind of. There we go. Make sure I don't drop this on my machine. There we go. Perfect. Oh, wait. Okay, no, I'm still good. Okay. So I need to actually drop these trees the other way, so they can be pulled where we are. Those first couple ones will be all right because they're so close to the landing. Let's take out this tree. Plus, hand cutting these or hand felling these trees will make it seem like we've got a lot more progress done, because there's more knocked down. Oh boy, got one hung up here. I gotta be careful with this one. It should be all right because I think it's rested on that tree over there. There we go. That worked out beautifully. I know technically I could get a buncher and do it that way, but it's kind of satisfying cutting them with a chainsaw, to be honest. Alright, so these ones down here, you cut that way a little bit so they don't fall into the road that way. For when someone else joins, they're not dealing with my mess. Alright. This one I will yeah, you know what? We'll be alright. As long as I cut these straight towards the shop or in that direction, we'll be alright. we're gonna stick closer to the bank. Kind of, sort of. Cut that one super low, huh? Let's go ahead and cut this one that's kind of dangerously leading over. There we go. Just because when I go to cut this one, there's a good chance it's going to fall on it. Yeah, making pretty good progress here. Oh boy. What can we do here? Come on, fall. Seriously? It's weird, like if I get close to it, it wants to fall, but as soon as I back up, it stops falling. I want to keep chopping it up here, so let's do this. Let's cut this one to fall on top of it. Just like so. Didn't really want to cut that one, but kind of had no choice. Beautiful. Should be getting close to where we need to be. I'm gonna leave those few. Might maybe cut these down. Yeah, because originally I started like right in the middle of the road, but I kind of like the idea of staying close to this hill here. What's cool is when I'm cutting these, the next tree over is kind of catching it. Yeah, so it's kind of like falling right where it should be. Hopefully that one falls on the inside. It did. And let's do this last one. That one should fall also on the inside. Nice. So then, yep, we're right where we left off cutting. So let's cut this last one, and we should be good. Then I'm gonna grab probably a dozer and kind of cut a dirt road in, and then use the dozer to kind of push the trees around. Dozer. Need a dozer. Where's the dozer? There it is. Oh, which one do we want? That one or that one? I think we're gonna go with this one. I'm pretty sure this one has carrot foam. Yes, it does. Nice. Put this on smooth. And I'm gonna cheat a little bit here, but don't tell anyone. I'm just gonna remove the stumps. Stumps are super annoying. Is it not? What the heck? There we go. Got a little concerned there. I was like, pretty sure that anywhere on the map can be terraformed. Just that one section was being weird. I don't know. Probably because of the slope of the ground, honestly. It's all good. Get out of here, tree. Trees are like sticking together. They're like sticking to the dozer blade for some reason. left off. Boom, getting this road cut in here. Probably should have got a dozer with a winch built into it, which I have somewhere, or have one somewhere. I don't know if I have it in my mods folder or not, but I know I have one. Almost to the end here. A little bit of a dip right there, didn't even know. Let's go ahead and set that off to the side. And I need something to drag the logs. Skidder, but I ain't got a lot of money left. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna return the dozer. I should have just leased it for that, but vehicle 6-way. We're gonna sell it. Okay. And then we're gonna get a skidder. And then we also need something with a grapple too. What I really need is, shoot, where is it? This truck, kind of a cheap truck to haul the grapple on. We're gonna do a long hitch chassis with the rear low hitch. No, we're not worried about that crap. Okay. Get the long. Okay. Forgot how loud this truck was. Then we need a grapple. Let's go with this one. Yeah. And then oh yeah, skidder. That one. This bad boy. I would go with the FDR skidder, but the tire chain sound is like super annoying. Well, this is gonna be a big chunk of change, but we need it. this one grapple all the way up there, but I think I'm going to use the boom to load it on the front end. Not want to work. That is my grapple locked. Should be free. I forgot about third person view. Not really helpful for what I was trying to do there. There we go. These don't go all over the place, but I'm going to pull all these logs a little closer to the landing, kind of get them cleaned up a little bit. So I'm calling the area by the sawmill the landing for now, because I guess technically it would be a landing. It's where I'm dragging everything to until I can get a mill put down. I wonder how many trees I can hook up to this. Oh, that's it. Okay then. That's all I can do. It's all good. I know I can lower the front blade. Just don't remember how. There we go. This skitter's actually kind of struggling a little bit, which, hey, I'm completely cool with. Makes it a little more realistic. It's not overpowered. Plus, we are kind of pulling up a pretty decent hill here. Actually, I'm gonna put them. Oops. There we go. There's two trees behind me that I'm gonna kind of brace these up against here. A little too far back. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna cut these down so I know that these are my support trees, I guess. Not exactly straight as I thought they were, but they'll work. Except now I've got myself into a mess. Hang on. What I need is that claw. I need a way to load it. I'm thinking a forklift, maybe? Do I want a forklift? Or do I want a skid steer? I'm gonna get a skid steer. Or wheel loader, or not wheel loader, skid steer loader. And then just hope that wheel wins enough for that. We're gonna get the log and brush fork. We need that. Then we also need the pallet fork to lift the claw. There we go. Just hopefully this little wheel thing has enough ass to lift the grapple. Probably doesn't. It's that freaking grapple is as big as the machine. Nope. Let's try a different approach. Yeah. And yeah. It's not working. Let's try this one. Yeah. Okay, now we're kind of getting somewhere. I still seriously doubt it has enough to lift this way. Let's give it a shot here. Okay, kind of braced up against the side there. Oh my gosh, it's not gonna work. I might be able to get underneath it a little bit more here. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I need something bigger. At least this, I guess. That was a heck of a try. Good little guy. Let's see if this thing can do it. Too far. Look at that. Lifted it. Really surprised that worked. Let's do it. This way, because I'm going to try something else, and I really don't think it's going to work, but it's worth a shot. Looks interesting on there. It kind of looks like a oh shoot, what are they called? A clam bunk. That would be interesting to have like a truck that served as a clam bunk. But that's not what I'm accomplishing here. That's funny. That's what I want to do. It's also I also want to put this skid steer loader tractor thing. In the back of this truck. I'm struggling here. Don't mind me. Shoot, this one I'd be better off just to push it along there. But, let's see. Oh wow, I got it on there. On there now. Sorry, intrusive thoughts are winning right now. Perfect. If it fits, it ships. But will it drive? Oh yeah, buddy. Oh, we are top heavy for sure. Not be surprised if we roll this thing. The real question is how am I gonna get to the, you know, I just realized that I could have bought a trailer for this skid steer because I put a hitch on this truck. Good job, me. Here somewhere. Good enough. I'm stuck. Oh. Okay, that worked out. Oh, goodness. That works. Let's draw this here, I guess. Either this is going to go really smoothly or the truck is going to go flying. Ah, okay, I'll call that smooth. Alright, let's see here. Controls, yep, we're good. Yeah, I was expecting that thing to get yeeted. Let's go ahead and move these to a pile. Maybe. There we go. I definitely just crushed my truck there, but it's fine. We're not going to talk about it. Never happened. Don't know what you're talking about. So my goal for the rest of the stream here is to get these logs kind of cleaned up into a neater pile, or piles. So yeah, because it's what we're about an hour and a half in, so we're actually doing pretty good. But obviously, I don't want to stream all night. Although I did joke around when I reached I was joking around one time and I said I'd do a 12-hour stream after I reached 1,000, and I've yet to do that, and I am not mentally prepared for that. So that probably won't be happening, at least not today. But it is nice to kind of get back into streaming. I took a pretty long hiatus there. Like I said, I just got burnt out playing Farm Sim and took a little break, and then oh, what the heck? Okay, fine. That tree can stay there. Took a little break from that. Just got really burnt out, and then I think I was playing Escape from Tarkov quite a bit, which is probably one of the main reasons why I decided to upgrade parts of my PC, which, you know, it's pretty crazy that I did all that for a game, but I also know that that game is a very demanding game for both your CPU, GPU, and all the other fancy smancy stuff, so and it just needed done because I was rocking a 1660 Ti, which is years old now, and it was just time for an upgrade. But I could definitely tell a big difference with performance of different games. But yeah, I was playing that a lot, and then we kind of quit playing that because the update or the release is supposed to be later in the year, and the guys that I play with, they kind of got burnt out on it and are waiting for the release to play. So in the meantime, I'm like, you know what, I'll go back to Farm Sim, and I've also been playing on a 5M server that just launched. That's pretty cool. I'm already a business owner. It's Pink City Roleplay if anybody is interested. I don't have a Discord invite link for it, but it's called Pink City RP. It's like I said, it just, the heck am I stuck on? It just kind of unofficially launched the other day. They're still kind of working on stuff, so it is fairly new, but I think it'll be fun to play. So, and definitely plan on streaming a lot more. I'm gonna really try my best to get back on a weekly stream, so every Friday. Try to get that going again, because I know you guys really enjoyed that. A lot of you guys really enjoy watching my streams, and as far as videos go, like uploads, I really don't know. That's a different story. I guess that's just something in time, or I guess time will tell whether I do that some more. It's just so much effort. I mean, I know there's a lot of different things to kind of, like, topics you could do, but just, you know, it just becomes very monotonous after a while. It's just a lot of work too. Recording, editing. Editing is probably the hardest part, honestly. That and recording. Especially for someone like me who's very particular about the content, and I'd rather have quality over quantity, which is another good reason, another big reason why I haven't really uploaded, because I don't want to just throw out junk, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather throw out some decent quality videos, so to speak. Alright, let's work this off to the side here. Hop back in the skitty boy. Go grab some more trees here. I like to change camera angles a lot. I really don't know why. Just a habit, I guess. Start from the back and work our way back towards the landing there. There we go. What's nice about these swing booms is you don't have to try to reposition yourself 1,000 times. You can just reach over and grab a tree. I know I'm skipping a couple here. I'm just grabbing whatever I can get to right away. Easy ones, so to speak. Sucks that we can only haul 4 at a time, but it is what I mean. I guess technically I could grab some in my grapple here and do it that way. I might go ahead and grab a couple here like that. Don't glitch out on me now. Something weird going on with this. Oh. Nice group of trees, nice grab here. Oh, she's struggling. Like a nice screenshot right there. Might get some really action going on here in a second. Almost there. Stuck on. Wrong button. See, I have a smaller tree from yeah, it's this one right here. So it's kind of preventing me from pushing these over, so we're gonna turn that down. Push this over. First, come on, get over there. Good enough. Good enough for government work. Go get some more trees here. Honestly, it looks like there's a lot, but really there's not that many. I think just because they're so scattered out, it makes it seem like there's a bunch. What we could do too, use our blade, push them together. make them easier to grab. Let's do the same with these ones back here. Those ones, just those two. These, I feel like we're getting caught up on this tree, which is alright. We'll just put it down. And we'll use our super magical powers to remove bumps. Might have been when I was getting caught on. Was it a stomp, even though I already cleared the stomps earlier? Never even considered using the ones that I'm winching as like a skid or like a sled. As long as it'll stay on there, I'll go for it. Better move, Bambi, better move. Alright, so let's move this one to the side. Bounce. I think I'm just going to keep these in the grapple and then that one on the little skid we got going on. struggling to pull these, that's for sure. Come on, you can do it. There we go. It's going to be 87 tomorrow. I was just looking at my phone real quick. It'll be 87, but good thing I have it off. It's been abnormally warm this summer. I guess I should say abnormally, but it's definitely been pretty warm. Good thing they make AC in cabs for equipment. Although I will say, before we got our new excavators, the one that I did run was a Takahauchi. That thing was a freaking turd, and it had no AC. Talk about a hot box, sweat box in the summer. Wintertime it was great though. Oh yeah, it was like the best thing you could be in. Heater worked like a dream, but summertime, no AC, it was awful. It was terrible. Let's drop these right here. These logs are like super sensitive when you touch them or something. Oh no. I forgot. So when you cut a tree, even if you just cut like 5 feet off of it, it's considered a stump. So my 2 trees that I was using as like a brace are gone. That's alright. I got 2 smaller trees I can use. It's all good. Go get the rest of these. Stragglers back here. Gotta grab. Her. There it is. Oh, that's not what I want to do. And then I should be able to winch it in. If I remember how to use the winch. Okay. It is. This one. Bring it a little closer. Basically, I'm just winching these all together here. Oops. Yes, I should go around the tree. I don't know if it would actually loop around or not. I do use super strength and like the easy dev controls every now and then. It's not like a daily thing that or like a normal thing that I use. Like one individual that I know that uses it like for everything, and it kind of irks my soul. I mostly use it for like if something's stuck or if a farm buys something like a mod and it doesn't work, I'll like refund them the money, or to clear stumps because stumps are super annoying. So I'll use it to clear stumps from every now and then. Getting there. Yes, I cut down a lot more trees than I thought I did. I know I said it doesn't look like that many, but there's a good bit here, to be honest. There is a good bit here. Alright, I gotta fix something real quick here. There we go. I had to fix the name of the stream because it was really bugging me, but let's see here. And also I had to refresh the stream just to make sure that you guys aren't asking questions, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I think we have one more group of 4 at the bottom, and then we've got these random ones along the road here. We're getting there. A lot of work especially when you're solo. But if you are wanting to come help me do some logging, or I guess learn how to do some logging or whatever, put a link for my Discord in the description, and also a link for my Patreon. This one, okay, you know what? So this is another example of when I would use super strength. I would just take this and just put it over here. Time out. But yeah, if you guys do want to come do some logging on the server, it is a Patreon membership type entry. Basically, okay, so the reason why I'm doing the Patreon again is server cost and also for mod development. Both of those do get kind of pricey over time. So I do offer 2 tiers right now for the Patreon. There's a $2 tier and a $5 tier. Both tiers will give you access to the server, but only the $5 tier allows you to own and manage your own farm. And you don't even have to do, you don't even have to do logging. You could do farming if you really wanted to. But basically it just gives you the ability to run your own farm, and then you can have the timber scouts, the ones with that. What in the world's going on with these logs? Oh my god. That is very strange log behavior. Yeah, so if you sign up for the $2 tier, you'll also get access to the server, and you'll just be able to help the logging legends. You guys can find more details about the 2 different tiers in the Patreon link. I do offer a free 7-day trial, I believe, for the timber or the logging legend. So if you kind of want to check it out, that is completely cool. And I'm still kind of, you know, getting everything kind of squared away for Patreon. So, what the heck? Trees are like freaking out. Yeah, so basically it comes down to helping with server cost, and also the other side of it too is so it was available for everybody that joined my Discord, but I found that a lot of people were just grabbing the role and then grabbing the mods and then never saying anything. So it's kind of a way to really show who's interested in logging on my server, I should say. Eventually I might, if things go well, open up a public server again, or I might open up a 22 server. It really just depends on how things go. But in the meantime, all the Patreon funds will go right back into modern logging, so they'll go for server cost and mod development. So like the Tire Cat Yarder project that I've been working on, it was pretty pricey, probably a lot more. Seriously stuck. There we go. It was pretty pricey, so yeah, having that little extra capital per month would definitely help keep those costs from, you know, I guess digging into my personal account. And of course, donations are always welcome. You don't even have to be a part of the Patreon to support. You can, if you want to donate, I do have some donation links. PayPal. Yeah, well, it would just be PayPal now because the Nitrito donation link wouldn't matter to anybody just because it's locked to the public. All right. Well, you know, I think that is going to be it for tonight. Go ahead and get everything shut down here. Yeah. Got a lot done. Doesn't seem like it, but I definitely got a lot of stuff done. I don't know. I'm getting pretty tired. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And hopefully next stream I'll be a little more on top of things so you guys aren't just watching me for like the first 10 minutes trying to figure out what I'm doing. Bumbled around a little bit in the beginning, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next stream.